Hello and welcome to another paragraph or a sentence of the Midgard Chronicle. I really quickly wanted to catch up on a few things from the last details video because there's some things I missed and some things I just got wrong, so let's get into that real quick. First of all, this is very small, but I don't think anyone else actually mentioned it, but we see the hilt of Freyr's sword on his little figurine. And considering the talk of Freyr's sword that fights by itself is very high on a lot of people's wish lists for weapons we acquire in the game, it's cool to have an official confirmation that it actually exists at least. We have no idea if we're gonna get it, but it's good to know that it's out there somewhere, probably with Freyr, obviously. Now, there are a couple of things I got wrong or missed on the map. First of all, I thought this is the rooster Vithupnir, but it turns out that this symbol is actually identical to the dragon symbol from the map in the first game. So it's safe to assume that we're gonna encounter a dragon in Asgard at some point. We don't know whether it's a new dragon or we're gonna see a return of a dragon we freed in the last game, because I remember someone saying that we haven't seen the last of them, so it's going to be interesting if one of the Midgard dragons is going to end up in Asgard during Ragnarök, and whether we're going to be the ones to fight it or it's actually going to be on our side. So either way, I'm pretty sure this is a confirmation that there's going to be a dragon in the game, in Asgard specifically. This is something I did notice, but I didn't really address the last time. We can see the primordial void Gunninga gap in between Muspelheim and Niflheim, just as according to the myth. And I pointed out this skeleton in Niflheim last time, and I wasn't sure who it was, but it turns out that it's very likely the Primordial Cow Anthumbla who fed Ymir, the first giant. So it's interesting that we are probably actually going to see Althumla's remains in Niflheim. It definitely seems like Niflheim is shaping up to be a much more interesting realm than in the last game. Also, there was a lot of talk of who this person in Niflheim is. I've seen some people mentioning that it may be a reference to the Norns, and God of War Geek specifically suggested that it's Hel, but I don't really believe either, because why would Hel not be in Hel? And I still do think that this house belongs to the Norns, so it remains to be seen who this mysterious figure is in Niflheim. Also, I'm probably the only one who didn't realize this, but in Alfheim we can actually see that the Lake of Souls has dried up completely. This has pretty significant ramifications for the death process. Captain Cuba went into detail with what those ramifications may be, so check out his video if you want to know what those are, but I'm pretty sure if you're watching this, you definitely already saw his video. And the biggest thing is the identity of the wolf we see in Helheim. I was very fast to jump to the conclusion that it's Fenrir, because everyone unanimously agreed that it's Fenrir in the CG trailer, but God of War España actually pointed out that it may be the wolf Garm, who in the mythology is the equivalent of Cerberus and guards the gates of hell. I was aware of Garm, but I didn't know this because I'm a fraud, and it brings up a very interesting question of whether the wolf we see in the CG trailer is actually Garm and not Fenrir, or whether they're the same wolf, because some accounts I've read consider them the same wolf. That's probably the case because having two pretty much identical giant wolves would be a little confusing, and Fenrir guarding his sister would make a lot of sense. So I'm still sticking with the fact that it's Fenrir, but he's probably gonna have Garm's role in the game as well. And that's pretty much it. I just wanted to catch up on a couple things I found and some mistakes I made. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.